What's going on, my peoples, and I go by the name The Sorcerer, and I'm now going to be giving you your reading. If this resonates, I hope this helps. If not, send it back to the universe. Energies are fluid, we keep on shining, and we stay rising. So let's see what's happening. I feel very strong to give you guys a reading. Yes. Really strong to give you a reading. I am been informed by my spirit guides that this upcoming message is something that you should reflect on, and it is important that you yourself give yourself that time of reflection. It's not enough. There's not a lot of time that you give yourself, and we tend to give a lot of time to others but not to ourselves. So what I want you to do, and this is your homework, to really set aside some time for you. You really need to. All right, and let's have a look. These cards, I'm telling you, you're good, first of all, and there is a amazing message towards the cards that are there for you. Let me just get some clarification and see what the guides are saying. Okay, cool. Okay, lovely. So the energy that I feel at this moment in time is very much so that you are going through a period of growth, and with this growth there's even more chapters that you're opening. And let me get through to this to you guys. I feel very much so that there is a returning connection, and this for me feels very much so that there's a lot of inner child healing that needs to happen. So it's the whole move, and this is about going back to the reasons why, the purpose, your origin stories, what defined you, who defined you, who you yourself, who you represent. And this is about getting these answers through self-reflection. I feel very much so that you are not only guided for you to go through this journey, but also to take your time with it, because there are lessons to be learnt from your spiritual team. They are giving you messages, synchronicities, dreams per se, but this is about a whole move. This is a defining moment for self, and this is a opportunity of mastery. As I keep saying before, that one has to be a fool first before they become a master, and this is part of your mastery. Very transformative time. So the present moment, it's about really looking back and seeing what clearly defined you. The Temperance card is just letting you know that there may be some times where it might be a little bit triggering, but it's supposed to trigger. You want change, you've asked for this, but change is also about a cycle, and there may be things that you have to bring up to the lid in order for you to remove, release, and that's okay. I do feel like for those, the energy at this moment in time, especially with the Page of Cups and what poses as a challenge, is you finding a way to rationalize all your thoughts. I feel like for those who are going through a lot of downloads, this might be very overwhelming, and I want you guys to try and deal with any messages or things that might be a bit overwhelming, and treat it in small bite-sized pieces, day by day. One thought processes over another thought processes. Take take each time, deal with it in very, very little bits. And then that's how you'll be able to deal with the big, big issues or the big messages. You deal with it one bit at a time. Now, the challenges are there to obviously make you better, because tarot is about empowering yourself. So I'm just there to remind you that we all go through these difficulties, but these difficulties are ultimately sharpening our blade in terms of our thoughts, our minds, our wits, because steel sharpens steel. And ultimately is giving us the extra piece of skin to be ready for what's to come in the world. The Seven of Wands in what's rocking your soul, shall I say, at the bottom of the deck, because this is a Celtic cross spread. Seven of Wands is asking yourself to really give yourself some absolute time. This is a great time to really give yourself boundaries, and most importantly, especially within this matter, this is about you being selfish. What I like about this energy as well is it's also reframing you from going to other people as a form of distraction or procrastination. It's giving yourself an energy of self-discipline and making sure that you find the answer before you do anything else. Now, I have high hopes for this. I do. But you've got to put the effort in. 7 in the tarot deck and numerology is about self. You have to come up with these answers through your own internalization. And you can do so. In the past, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So these thoughts are definitely a foundation with yourself. There's definitely thoughts of the past that's coming over, because that's something that you've got to look at. I feel like if it's something to do with you having to reflect on your mindset, these are things that you've got to take one at a time. So the energy that I feel, especially with the Ten of Wands as clarifications with the Ten of Pentacles, there are big endings which will open new beginnings, but this has to be about your own foundations and what you're clearing, what you're building on. So you've got to utilize the past as a form of experience and take that with you going forwards. I feel very, very confident that what's to come is, with your new adventures, something that is asking you to have a positive approach. It's letting you know that you have to be proactive, and you're more likely to find your answers being in search of them, or being in search of them while, you're more likely to find your answers while being in search of finding answers than not doing anything at all. And I feel like, especially when it comes to like your calling, things are about to turn, because the clarifications with the Knight of Cups is the Hierophant card. People getting a lot of spiritual awakenings. This is ultimately things that you feel that's fated towards you. So I feel very strongly for those in this collective. There's a big shift in terms of your destiny and what you feel as what your destiny is. And what I feel as this tarot reading grows and grows and grows even more, you're going into a transition of a thought process that you once had, and you're turning that belief into a knowing. The difference between belief and knowing are, belief has an element of doubt. Knowing is the absolute. And the absolute is you knowing that these shifts are to propel you. This is about big, big, big energies that's about to happen for you. We are in the period of the year of the snake, Chinese New Year, which is about the global reset, resets as it is, sheddings of skin. These are big, big, big things. And some people are going to be left in the 3D, where many people are going towards the new world in the 5D. There's a great sense of consciousness that I feel for those that are wanting it. And partially with this reading, I feel very much so that what you've got to do for those who are looking for a spiritual awakening is to really have some inner child healing. There's a love of that inner child that so wants to be brought out to this world right now. And that could be inner passions. Well, I know that's inner passions because that's what brings out the inner child. You've got to figure that out while you're alone. That's why it's you and self. It's a powerful, powerful transformation in the incoming future, especially with the 6 of Wands. This is about victory, triumphant, feelings of strength within. What I like about this energy, if I'm being completely honest with you, is that the elements of what I feel, there's a feeling of you've conquered. It feels very much so that you've conquered a fear. It feels very much so that you've conquered some type of, let's say how it is. Let's call it how it is. Trauma. And that's why you're going back to the inner child. You're going back to the root of the issue. And I feel this is a very transformative time, because once you feel this feeling of victory, there's this perception that you've given yourself. And what I feel at this moment in time is that this feeling of, I'm not looking back, I'm going forwards. You are the light, which is why that when you transform, many people will see that from you, especially with the Sun card, the people around you. There is a new chapter. There is a growth. People are seeing you differently. And this is within the peers. This is about new people that's coming into your life, because I feel like the Sun card is bringing in new opportunity in terms of new friendship, communities. This awaken isn't just about you. This is about a group of people that you are connected to as a whole. Yes, as a whole. Your hopes and fears is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is letting you know that this is a permanent fixture for a very long time. And what I want you to do at this moment in time is to really, really embrace that, using that momentum of going through this energy and revel in your power. Revel in your power. Some people in their lifetimes never ever have a chance to heal their inner child, and you have the opportunity to. In fact, I know you will heal your inner child. And this deals with trauma from the past. This deals with trauma from when you was a child. This deals with the moment you were able to be cognitive. I feel it. This is a great sense of going from here to here. And I often talk about elevating, but we are in the process of elevating. Some people are going to be left towards the old world, and you're moving into the new world. The outcome is quite powerful. You got the Knight of Cups, and I feel like you'll be able to move forwards, especially with the 7 of Swords, because 7's about self. People have this connotation that 7 of Swords is a liar, cheater card, liar, cheater, stealer card. In some ways, in some cases, but in this case, this is the energy of strategy. What are you using? How are you going to use this energy of being in this transformative state? I feel it. I feel very strongly that it's to inspire. It's to, yes, it's to inspire. It's to be the light. It's to utilize that. This is a time that even when you're not sure of the journey, that you are so sure of yourself that you're going to be fine. It's about being bold and assertive and knowing that things are about to happen. And the things are about to happen isn't just in the 3D, because if you want to go to a group and be bold, people are going to feel elevated and light, but this is more about you. The light within yourself. The Star card. This is about the energy itself. Being in a very powerful state where you'll be able to transcend who you are and being able to influence and affect the people around you. It's given me the energy that this spiritual awakening isn't just changing you from a spiritual context, but physical changes too. And as you can hear in the background, I don't know if you can hear this, I live near an airport. The plane has now ascended up, and that's a sign of your ascension. All right? I go by name The Sorcerer, and that was your powerful message. Love and light.